Hey, what's going on, everybody? Here, welcome to another American Truck Sim video on FGG Full Tilt Gaming, and thanks for joining us today because today we have got a very special one. Zeemods has now released the infamous Cat C15-6NZ, and this is engine pack. The guys have been pre-ordered. They've been looking for this one, and finally, it is now available. As of June the 2nd, it is available for all the pre-order guys. And then for everybody else that wants to grab in on this engine, you'll have to wait to the end of the week. It will go on release for everyone. So we're still kind of in the last release candidates for this truck, or I should say this engine. So anyway, make sure you go grab that. Make sure you go pre-order it. You go grab it in this week, whatever. You'll find his link in his description. Also, if you want to keep up with further updates with Zeemods with either his engine packs or you want to check out some of his recording days where he goes out and actually records some of these. He blows some sneak peeks and some other various things up there in this Discord. I'll put that link in there as well. And also, if you want to plug into the FTG Discord, you'll find mine underneath his. Other than that, I think all the link stuff is out of the way. This is a payware. We do have a payware truck. We do have a payware trailer. John Rudis is on the front of this rig. We've got Bart's reefer trailer in the back. You'll find links to both of those as well. So we are kind of an all payware video today, but that's just the way ATS is right now. It's the way it's becoming. So you'll find at least those links in there if you want to purchase those. For right now, this Cat C15 is available for this, but it will get more compatibility with lots more trucks. So if you don't have the John Rudis Highway Killer and you're like, man, all I got's the default 900, just give Z some time. He'll make that available even for some of our free trucks as well. Just want to put that disclaimer in there so that you guys know what's available, so you don't go purchase this and then find out it doesn't work for the default. It will, just not right at the moment for this release candidate for the pre-order guys, okay? Just want to throw that out there. Other than that, let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. We are going to be looking at this from the perspective of inside, outside. I'm going to kind of run through very quickly just some things that Zeemods doing with these, and reasons why I really want to, kind of stay with him and also just be able to feature his stuff, because it is really kind of breakthrough-ish here for American Truck Sim. I don't know why SES has not hired him to redo the sounds and to source all of this stuff himself. I don't know why that has not happened yet. I hope it does, and maybe it does. If it does, good for him. It would be a really good move for SES. Knocking on the door, hint, hint, hint. All right, so let's look at this outside, inside. We'll do driving down the road. We'll do the Jake brake, because I know that's what everybody wants to know. But I don't care about the engine. Just show me the Jake brake. All right, here we go. First off, do have to put this disclaimer in there. I have a lot of Zeemods mods in. So we've got engines. I've got air brake sounds, train crossing sounds. I've got wind noise. I've got all of these accessory mods and, road and tire noise. So he's got about, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 different mods that are free. So when you go to his Sell-Fi store, don't just look for the one that's the purchase link. Look for all the other stuff because it's all free. All right, a lot of free stuff. That Cat, sorry, not the Cat, but the Cummins N14 that we used to drive, it all is out of that Sell-Fi store as well. So you can download it all. All right, here we go. Outside, crank it up. Very nice. You can hear the fans and the fan noises. You can hear the engine obviously off the front side. You can hear that turbo kind of spool in here at the end of it. By the way, my audio, for everyone that wants to know how it sounds like this, if yours doesn't sound the same, my 3 engine sliders, engine, exhaust, and turbo, are all the way 100%. All right. There's the sound brakes. There you go, there's that. You can hear even when you get in the higher RPMs and then you unload it, you always hear that little brrr at the end of it, which is nice because we don't really know. I don't know of any other sounds maybe besides his N14 that has that. And the N14 almost has it's almost like a gasping of air. After that unload is almost like a, where the engine's got to take a big old breath. This is a little bit different. This is a little bit more subtle, a little bit more behind the scenes, which I like. All right, let's go inside. So obviously inside with the with the windows rolled up, it's going to be very similar, but it loses a lot of that bassy feel from what you hear from the stacks outside in that 3D environment. All right, let's go ahead and cut her off in here. Hear the key sounds, the ignition sounds. Let's go ahead and roll the windows up. You do get new custom sounds for the engine rolls up. Windows, the wipers. Those are the wiper sounds from his mod. Get the wiper clicks, get the light clicks are all new. High beams. You don't get switches, I don't think, for engine brake and stuff like that. Flasher sound, different. There's your retarder sound. If you don't know, retarder's kind of like a Jake brake, except it works in an opposite way. It works a little bit different, but still it's got 4 different levels of slowdown, but it still operates the same without having to use your actual brakes on the wheels to slow the truck down. All right, and then parking brake. Very nice. All that stuff is accessory stuff, and then you obviously have the engine sound. So let's take off. We'll start here with the windows up. Nice little gear clicks. Just kind of cruise through town here. We'll go outside the truck. Really nice and bassy behind it. And you kind of lose some of that up front here. A lot more engine sound up front, which is good. 3D environment's awesome. Very well recorded. You can almost hear that unload right there. It's almost like a mini Jake brake kind of sound. I mean, it sounds good. It's different. I wish I had a big downhill to come on that, but you hear the little burp at the end. We'll go ahead and get a little more speed here. We are going up a hill, but we'll do it anyway. Listen to the little burp at the end. So for the Jamaica shifters out there, that's going to be a little weird because you'll constantly hear this burping back and forth, which, you know, if you shift with the Jake brake on, that's kind of what they say. But yeah, it'll be a little different if you're trying to do that. So I would suggest don't worry about shifting with the Jake brake on for right now. Enjoy the Jake brake for what it's what's intended. So let's roll the windows down. Let's check it out here. So the outside engine sounds, the wind noises, all of that stuff, that's all Zeemods. It's not any other stuff that I have in here. The thing that I really like a lot about this is, run some Jake brake here for you. The thing that I really like, for one, the turbo comes up with the Jake brake, which is really nice. So it's almost spooling in the opposite direction. And the other thing that I like too is whenever we get going on this, about half throttle on this, I like how Zeemods, and he did this with the Cummins as well, with the N14. The thing that I really like about what he does is you can hear the turbo separate from the engine. Now I know there's a lot of sounds that we think we hear that, but we really kind of hear the turbo as a response sound to our throttle. So if you give it more gas, you're going to hear an almost instantaneous turbo kick in with it. I'm about half throttle right now. We're just cruising in at 30 miles an hour. And then I'm going to floor it, but I'm just going to like floor it, like just boom. And you'll hear everything catch up to it. So there's like this little bit of delay, which, you know, trucks aren't race cars, you know? So there is a little bit more slower response to the way that the turbo comes up, especially when I was actually watching some videos on the Cat C15, whatever, just different videos on YouTube where you can hear the real guys driving them. And the one thing I'm always jealous at is that they have this such a rich sound environment from all of these different components of the engine working together. And for the first time, like really, Zeemods has done a really good result, is the word I'm looking for. Really good result in being able to create that sound environment in the engine scape here on the on this Cat, the C15. So I'll go ahead and do about half throttle like this, and then I'll floor it, and then you can almost hear the engine kind of stays where it's at, but that turbo kicks in. Here we go. 3/4. right, it's 3/4, then full. There you go. And I love that. I just think that is the most, probably the richest experience that we'll have on the ear side, which, you know, I almost think the interior could be a little bit louder compared to the truck noises. So let me show you real quick here, because I know that I'm going to get this question in the comments. I get it every time. So inside the audio file, I've actually pulled the turbo back just a hair, but basically I'm running these things at 100%. I would suggest doing that and then back off whatever you feel like is overbearing. Although I don't really feel like any of these sounds are overbearing. I just think that turbo tucked in a little bit behind there is really nice. Now, truck effects and truck noise is where you'll find your wind and that rush of air coming from the windows. You'll find that here more in the truck noise. The truck effects are stuff like your switches, how loud they are, your light switches. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the gear grinding sound is in there. I think all of your dash switches, so your park brake switches, sounds, key sounds, ignition sounds, like all that stuff is in there. Included will be the gear click sound, I believe. I haven't totally tested that out, but I think that gear click sound is in that truck effects volume. If it's not, just balance your engine sounds to where it sounds like it's all together. Make sure your interior volume sounds are all the way up as well. So anyway, that's kind of the whole scape of this thing. I love it. It's really, really, really good. So right here, before we get out of here, I'm going to show you guys a little tip for putting all of these things together in your mods folder, all right? Because the mods folder gets really busy once you start stacking like 10 mods, especially 10 sound mods together. Things can get a little bit crazy. So in here, right here is going to be most of all my sounds right here. I typically try to keep these a little bit on the smaller end. I try to not put so much in there, but sometimes depending on how big your files get in your mod folders, I'm trying to keep mine a little bit more contained now, which actually is working out very well for me. So for those guys that think that having 80, 90, 100 mods in your folder is great, you're probably screwing yourself somewhere along down the line. So here's what I do. I put all of my engine sounds together in a, how many ever you got, 4 or 5 packs, doesn't matter. Most of these is sound. Now, the one I forgot was Creatures. I don't know why he's in here. But we usually have Creatures in here as well. So we'll have John Aruta's engine sounds, and then we'll run the Robin Icah's combined engines pack. Then we'll run Creatures right here typically, and then we'll start in with some of these other ones. The Proof sounds or something, and I put here. It really could go here, or it could go actually right above here. Either one of these can be fine. It's not going to matter. Then I'll put my single engines above that. So if you've got any engines, like I like this little Detroit diesel here from Ivan Belushi. That's the Steam Workshop one there. He's also got a 900 389. It's pretty killer. And then I've got the 2 Zeemods here, the Cummins N14 and the Cat C15. That's more than enough engines between a couple sounds packs and a couple of these. Really all you need, seriously. And so what I'd like to do is put all of my engines together, packs at the bottom, then single engines that are specialty engines above that, and then I put all of my accessory sound mods. So if you've got like this, we've got road noise, we've got the rain and wiper noise, train crossing, that's the train sounds and actual crossing bells and the dings and stuff. That's all replaced with new, realistic stuff, and the air brake sound. So I've got all 4 of those above this. Now, the reason why you want to stack this way is because your engine sounds, and sometimes engine sounds do come with other things in there. The guys will attach other sounds in there, and if you put the stuff that you really want to hear above that, as long as the truck's compatible with these mods, it doesn't offer its own custom stuff that's kind of like locked down that these things don't read or access, then these will sound over all of that. these will have take higher priority. That's why they mean with active mods, the higher priority list stuff goes at the top. Lower priority stuff is down at the bottom. So whatever's below this is going to get overwritten by what's up here. So if you've got another rain and wiper noise mod and it's down here, I don't know if there even is one, but if there was, this one would still override it, or the game would crash because you have to. One of the two is going to happen. But this will essentially make sure that whatever you have right now is actually is actually sounding the way it should. That way you get the engines, then you get the single engines on top of that will overwrite, and then you have these up here. And that way everything's kind of organized and spaced, so that way when the game reads through all of that stuff, you can have all of these sound mods in here. But if they're just scattered all over your mods folder, there's no telling what you have actually going on. So you'll notice right here, I'm going to put a little link to my mods organization. It's an older video, but everything about that video still applies today. I still stack my sound mods. I still stack all of my stuff the same exact way that I have since I figured this out, and how I've just kind of going to put my whole entire mods folder. So I will put that link here. I also put it in the description if you don't make it this far. Hopefully you listen to that later on and you'll see the link and click on it. Go check that video out, because I think it'll be worth it, especially for guys that have lots of crash and lots of mod problems. Especially if you pay for this stuff, it needs to work. And most of these guys that have these for payware mods, they have lots of different little accessory mods that go with it. You have to know how to stack them. If you don't, you're going to run into crashing issues, you're going to run into problems, and you're not going to be able to drive and enjoy your investments of payware mods. And it gives you a salty taste, and then you go on every video saying this stuff doesn't work, when it's really your fault because you didn't stack it right. All right, so that's all I got to say. That's just my piece, because I deal with so much tech support that it's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so that's what it is. Outside of that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed this. Go check out all of Zeemods stuff. Go download his stuff. Like I said, everything's in the description. And hope you get a decent representation of the Cat C15. It is an amazing sound mod. I'm so glad he did it, and I'm thankful for his work and continued work here in the ATS community. It really doesn't. I hope it doesn't go unnoticed. I hope you guys tell him appreciate what he does, especially do it on Steam. Go into his Discord, join up with that, tell him that you appreciate what he's doing. You'd be surprised how much a thank you and appreciation goes, especially with guys who create content of any sort, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, whatever. Telling them thanks for what you do. You don't know how far that goes. So thank you guys. Appreciate it very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like on this video. It'd be great if you watch a lot of this video, and also share it between your friends, your Facebook pages, whatever you got going on, whatever's your mode of transportation when it comes to shooting videos to guys, Discords, whatnot. Make sure you share it. Let them know that hey, you need to come check this out. Also, make sure that you hit that bell, and that way you can be notified whenever we go live again or we upload our next video. And hopefully we'll be live here some this week as well, so you don't forget convoys on the weekends and all this other good stuff. Plug into the Discord, join Zeemods Discord, go make sure you follow his Sell-Fi store there, and go grab all the stuff that he has available. I'm sure he will appreciate that as well as I do. I love it when you guys support the guys that we support on the channel. It's awesome. Makes for really good relationships, and I am thankful to be in the position I am. So thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you here in the next video, guys. We'll see ya. Peace out.